8 on the side of the radio. I hope you're feeling great, you're doing well, and you're getting ready for the Christmas because I mean it's just few hours away right now. I'm not even going to be saying days again. I'll just be saying few hours to Christmas. Okay, so yes, this is of course Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. So welcome to the program Halens. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaisar. Halens is a program where we get to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues right here on Women Radio. So yeah, we started up Monday on Halens without the ladies, and we will be doing so till the resume back after the new year. So it's just going to be me, Fumi, and maybe Fiyin sometimes. Fiyin was here yesterday because Fumi had to go do some other things to represent our organizations in some events. But Fumi is here with me this morning. Hi, Olufumi J. How are you today?
That's me. Good morning, Herlands family. Good morning, Rose. How are you doing? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I want to tell where's my microphone? My name is Bumi. I want to say Happy Merry Christmas to my daddy and my mommy and my auntie and my sister and my uncle and my husband and my children. I want to tell them Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. I
We
want to
heard
wish them
you.
and God will bless them and
They
God will
heard
be with
you.
them. Eh?
They heard you. Wait, when Santa comes around, yeah, later on today, maybe by 10, you can go and see Santa. Yeah? Come from Ojodu Abizi beggar, come and see him.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
I'll come
Just
and
make
see him. Will
give
Santa
me a
hug
2,000.
me? Will Santa hug me? Santa give me gifts.
It's you that we give Santa gifts.
Hi. For
It's
what?
you that we give Santa all the ones you've been collecting before.
For what?
All right, this is our lens right here on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Feel free to be a part of it. You can send us WhatsApp messages to 0703175653 and the phone lines will be open shortly. But in the meantime, think of how we can make our lens better next year to serve you better, to make it better for you, make your experience better on her lens. Do well to send us a WhatsApp message, okay? Drop a message on WhatsApp through the lines that I've just given. Let us know how we can make her lens better next year for you, okay? What you as a listener of our lens, what would you want us to do better? What would you want us to, incorporate into the program to make it better for you so that you would have a great listening experience and we can always hear from you too. So yes, the phone lines will be open shortly, but do well to send us a message, a WhatsApp message. That will help us keep it, have it on record. And of course, we can, implement all of these things that you want. So yeah, it's free and it's open. Do well to do so for us. So you can drop your messages on 0703175653 or 09155. No, that's for call. Or 08155917917. So yes, those are the numbers to send your WhatsApp messages to. Okay, we're here, we're gonna get them and we're going to work on them, we promise. Okay, so do well to send in your messages of how talents can be better for you and for all of us next year, 2026, because we cannot be doing the same things over and over and we want to see different results. And now, when we are not, okay, let me leave that part before they will call for me. Okay. All right, so on Halens today, we have a couple of things to talk about. I have a couple of things to talk about with Fumi, of course. But before then, Santa's still having a couple of days to stay with us. So is it a couple of days? I beat it tomorrow. Tomorrow is
It's
24th now.
tomorrow. Don't finish. Oh.
It's just few hours that Santa has to stay with us. So please come and see Santa before he goes back to the North Pole and stay there. So please come around, see Santa. Santa will definitely, attend to your kids, snap pictures, have fun with Santa, and you have that chance to actually speak on radio. Yesterday we had some kids, we took them on radio. And if you want to see a glimpse of that, you can go to our social media pages and see what they've been about, and I'm sure that would, maybe want to change your mind as regards to bringing your kids here for to see Santa. Okay,
Yeah.
let's head on quickly to the few things that we have to talk about this morning. So this particular one caught my attention, of the children. We mentioned that on the newspaper review.
Yeah.
Yes, the rest of the pupils, the children, and even their teachers that were kidnapped over a month ago in Niger State have been released. So the reports come from the Guardian says some 130 Nigerian Catholic school pupils were handed over to state authorities on Monday, a day after the government said it had secured their release, a month after one of the country's worst mass abductions. Kidnappings for ransom are a common way for armed groups to make quick cash in the conflict-hit West African nation of some 230 million. But a spate of attacks in November put an uncomfortable international spotlight on Nigeria's grim security situation. So now these kids were taken to Mina, handed over to the state government. And they said that along with 7 teacher support staff who were among the last batch of those rescued or rather released were taken that were taken by gunmen have been handed over to the Niger State government. And the Niger State governor Mohammed Umaru Bago said that he was saying, thank God for the mercy he has shown them, because if you look at those children and imagine the torment they went through, it is unbearable. So I'm glad that the governor himself is saying that the torment they have gone through is unbearable.
Mm.
So is it just handing, I mentioned it earlier, when we're going through the, I was like, are you just handing these kids over to the state government who probably hand them back to their parents? How about reintegrating them back to the society? What are you doing to make sure that these things don't stick, this psychological effect don't stick with them, all through their lifetime? Because, and I'm also hoping that they're not making promises they cannot keep to these children and their parents, because Chibok gone up to now. We never, other one, every year when we get to do video documentary, you ask them, they'll tell you that up to now, government, they see just did it. Eh? So, by the time we're looking at 1 year, maybe anniversary of this kidnap, the sad anniversary of this kidnap, by the time we're looking at it next year, what are we going to be saying about all of this? You
Yeah.
get. So, I mean, a lot of questions come to mind. All right, so we're just hoping that things go well. The report says that scores of children, including young boys sporting brightly colored football jerseys, and among others wearing traditional Nigeria, post for photos at the state house office and all of that, all of that, all of that. So yeah, but for me, what do you think about this? Because I mean, the government have to do a lot more than just handing them over to the, like, because right now the state government has them, but from there, what's the next thing to do, before we see them giving them back to their parents?
I mean, for me, you already said it's rehabilitation, because we don't know what these kids went through in that camp. We don't know what they did to them. And you can't just bring them out and say they should be going to their parents' house, because there has to be rehabilitation also for the parents to tell them, when your kids come home, this is what you should do for them so that they are okay. When,
Mm,
because the children that went into captivity are not the same children that are coming out. Even
exactly.
us, normal, when we go through some crazy situations, some crazy challenges, you don't come out the same way. This,
Mm-mm.
even if we're going to even use this year, you of this year, you of December is not the same you of January. How much more children who were taken into captivity, we don't know what happened to them. Okay, let's even say they were not assaulted, they were not raped, but the fact that they were away from their family for this long, for a month, scared out of their minds, wondering what's going to be happening to them, sleeping with their one eye open, one eye shut, that alone is enough to do something to somebody's mind. So, but then again, this country where we get the government that we have, I'm not particularly optimistic that they would rehabilitate them, because we do a lot of talking and less of implementation and less of doing. So that's where my
Mm,
worry is. Interestingly, during the 16 days of activism, one of the guests that we had on, I had asked her a similar question, that when girls go through, any form of violence, what happens to them? And they had itemized, what they do, what they tell them to do, how they bring them back into society. I think that the government should tap into those organizations, organizations that this is their forte, this is what they do for a living, right? Helping children, helping girls come out of abuse, or rehabilitating them. it's still the same thing. Like, get them, the DSVA, all those organizations, all the NGOs, that this is what they do. They should collaborate with them to be able to rehabilitate these children. If not, we're just gonna have kids that are brought back into society who are scarred for their lives, who, and then as they grow older, you begin to see these things impact them in their decisions, in their relationships, even on the home front. Because you know how your parents will shout at you when you are being not like, come over there, come over there. Before the parents will go and say, come over there, come over there, and that child thinks that it is the terrorists that are saying it, and then they react otherwise. So these are things psychologists should be gotten involved, therapists. I mean, the list is endless. And unless the government uh asks these organizations to, that focus on these things for collaboration, then I'm sorry, I don't know what's going to happen. It's just to be praying
Mm.
for the children. But then, what's the I was going to say, what's prayer going to do? Because at the end of the day, you can be praying for your children to get better, but they also need to be given the tools to be able to brought back into society. Their parents, their siblings. You know, how do we behave when this person comes back into the society? Should we act normal? Should we hold space for them?
Mhm.
These are the things that we need to be asking. These are the things that we need to be doing, because this has never happened to us before, to these kids before. How do we? I mean, the list is endless. That's what I can say.
It is because when you look at what happened to the Chibok girls, when you look at what happened to a lot of other kidnappings, that happened around that time, the schoolboys that were kidnapped, aside from the Chibok girls, there were some others, that were also kidnapped around that time and even subsequently. Now, going back into the society, their friends, how did they perceive them? Because that's another thing. And that's why you need to prepare their mind psychologically. Um, there was a story of one of the girls that I follow through with, and she was just saying that when they released them and then brought them back home, the friends that she had, there was no way she could associate with them, as as usual, like they used to, because people were now, oh, she's part of the people that were kidnapped, pointing fingers at her, stigmatizing her for that. Now,
We're best in that one. Yeah.
even when she later went back to school, not in the same community though, when the government intervened in her own case, she went back to school. Even in the school, when her classmates, realized that, okay, this lady was part of those that were kidnapped in Chibok, some of them did not even want to be close to her.
Mm.
And a lot of them kept saying, oh, she's one of them, she's one of them, she's one of them. One of who? One of what? I'm just a girl who's trying to learn. All
Yeah.
right. Unfortunately, this happened to me. So for that kind of person, you can see that her life has changed drastically, like
Yeah.
360 change. So how do you actually help this person, rehabilitate this person to get back into the society? And not just her, but any environment that she enters. Okay, because it's one thing for people to know better. There's people that are educated and they should know better, but hey, still again, it's not happening that way. So for every environment that she probably wants to enter, we should have people who around her who are willing to help protect her sanity, who are willing to, because it's not good and it's not fair for one to keep reliving that experience, that anybody you meet will give you a reason to relive that experience once more.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we might think
Mm-hmm.
that these ones are young, probably they're not even as old as, the Chibogas and all of that. But even at that, so, a lot of them will keep talking about this. Now, the horrors they've seen, the horrors they've experienced, I'm just hoping that some of these young girls have not even probably been molested, in some kind of way, or be violated in some kind of way, or even the boys themselves, you know, hoping that these children have not been molested in some kind of way and all of that. Now, even the teachers who are grown up, do we know the horror they've seen? Do we know what they've gone through? They also should be taken care of and be rehabilitated.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be a well-rounded rehabilitation. Even if now one day person go spend for that place, when you come back, there should be some sort of, psychological process, mental
Mm-hmm.
process that you should go through before they say, oh yeah, come and go back to society. And even if you're saying come and go back to society, are you telling them to go back to that same place where
Mm-hmm.
all of these things happened? And then we're
Mm.
looking at education concept. So how are we supposed to give those people the zeal or the encouragement to want to say, okay, oh, my Peking can't go school? Because this is Niger we're talking about. And the Niger
Yeah,
self, now one small, local government for Niger with
yeah,
it all. So how do you want those people to now embrace education wholeheartedly? Because once again, they are already thinking before said that the reason waiting education won't do for person, let alone educating the girl child. So when all of these things comes up, it brings a lot of question. Because even if now me self, I go start to reason the education. If now waiting education won't cost me, my dear
yeah,
could just stay house. Because
yeah,
imagine those that were not in that boarding school, or those that decided to say, okay, today I no go school, or maybe one sickness happened for the boarding school, you can't come out and this thing happen. Will you? Even the parents will say, "Thank God, say the thing hit you and you day house." So these
yeah.
pertinent questions that we need to ask and we need answers for. Since we cannot fight insecurity, or we seem not to be able to fight it, can we now put a process? Can we now put a structure? Can we now put a system in place that anybody that gets kidnapped and is released is able to go through that process so that the person is, able to get his or herself at least to an extent. Plenty questions just could they come mind as regards all of this. I just hope that the government is doing what it's supposed to do, and it's not just about celebrating that you have rescued them, because last we know say something happened for the background. So it's either you are paying them, because at the end of the day, like the report say, it can't be like say to pay ransom now. Nine be the way forward. And then we're we're negotiating with terrorists, we're negotiating with bandits, which in the first place should not even be so. But where we find ourselves.
I don't even know because I remember that when we watch movies from when I was little, that statement is always there. When there's a terrorist situation, say we do not negotiate with terrorists, we do not negotiate with terrorists. But then seeing that we are in that situation where we're negotiating with terrorists is just so saddening. Sad, sad, sad. Anyway, it is well. It is
All
well.
right. Yeah, it is. This is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, 25 minutes after 9, right here on Nigeria's radio station for women and their families. So do well to dial the number 07000 Also do well to dial 09155 Our toll free line is 0800 Please feel free to go ahead and let us hear from you via text message or WhatsApp message on 070-3175-6537 or 08155 In case you're joining us today and you're wondering, oh, where are the ladies of Highland? They're doing well, they're fine. We just give them small holiday. Maybe they go to Christmas and New Year. So they'll be back after the New Year. But in the meantime, please feel free to let us know how we can make Highlands better for you by 2026. Send us WhatsApp messages on 070-317-56537 or 091 08155 those are the numbers to get in touch with us this morning. My name is Rose, and I've got Fumi with me this morning on her lens. Fumi is just a character. Meanwhile, we are on YouTube. Please do well to go to YouTube and watch us live. Do well to drop your comment and also share the links. Okay, we'd definitely love to hear from you this morning on Harland. All right, so let's head on to look at a different issue on Harland this morning. Let's look at another one for me. So this particular video that I saw, it just got me one kind. It just got me one kind. So apparently, this woman had kidney failure during pregnancy, and immediately that happened. It's sad, but immediately that happened, the man just does. How do they say it in Yoruba? Jabo
He
abi. He
jackpot.
just he
He
lost.
ran away.
He just ran away. And I didn't mean he just ran away and went silent. Fine, but he ran away, got involved with another lady, and was posting her pictures up and down while your wife was in the hospital, giving birth to your own child while having kidney failure. How else can you be wicked? How else do you want to describe this rate of wickedness? Because I don't know again. Tell me why your wife is in the hospital trying to give birth. to your own child, and then you just carry yourself. You left her in the hospital, and then you went to get involved with another lady, and you've busy be posting the lady even on your socials that she herself is seeing. Ah, for me, I don't know again.
My own thing is even two ways. First of all, when you said, oh, she had kidney, I just tired because, first of all, pregnancy is such a life-changing thing in a woman's life. I don't know one woman who has gone through pregnancy and her life did not change. I was going to say for good, for better. I don't even know. Like, I have a friend who has to always remove her teeth every time she has a child. I know people, myself inclusive, who our shoe size will always increase. What else again? I have this thing in my hand called there's this thing, carpal tunnel syndrome. It's like muscle pull, but an extreme muscle pull in the hand. When I had my daughter, it was on one hand, but now I think it's on both hands. So I still experience it where if I'm holding something for a very long time, my hand is like numbness in the hand, but it's painful, right? So that's one. You have people who still have waist pain. You have people who still have, maybe if you had your baby through a C-section, the scar part is still hurting you. You have people who still have back pain. You have people my friend lost her hair, it's just growing. You have people in the middle of her head, Seth. You have people who lost their hair. I'm trying to list like an endless
lot of things.
Who do we have a call? I think we have a call.
We need to go on a break because it's 9. It's half past 9 already. Yes. So when we come back, we will definitely get on with this conversation. Please do well to stay with us. This is your Women Radio WFM 91.7.
WFM 91.7.
Nigeria, a nation of many languages and many tribes. We will stand together, live together, and grow together. United we stand. United we thrive. This message is brought to you by Women Radio WFM 91.7 FM.
La, 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 la. Smart mama. Yes. What are you making? I'm making breakfast plus Peak 456 growing up milk.
Breakfast plus Peak 456 growing up milk.
It is fortified with DHA to support brain development. Cereal, pap, just name it. It also has calcium, vitamin D, and high quality protein to make your kids grow strong.
I love it. I will start nourishing my children with Peak 456 growing up milk, fortified with DHA to support brain development.
Grow up strong and smart with Peak 456 growing up milk every day.
Hello, friends. Santa is coming to Women Radio 91.7 FM for 7 magical days from Thursday 18th to Wednesday 24th December, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You will meet Santa in person. Take photos with Santa. Get a special surprise gift from Santa and say hi to your friends and family live on Women Radio. All this fun for just 2,000 Naira. Don't miss the 7 magical days with Santa at Women Radio 91.7 FM. Call Aisha on 0806 650 8772 and Sparkle on 0905 995 2779 for your tickets. Women Radio 91.7 FM, making Christmas super magical for kids everywhere.
Wait, can you hear that?
That's the sound of December. The laughter, the music, the energy that connects us all. Wherever you tune in from, we're on the same frequency, powered by First Bank. Download the First mobile or lit app today and stay tuned to Dirty December's vibe.
You first. First Bank.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, Diola.
I just want to say that I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Hello, Daddy. I just want to say again that I love you and I like that we look alike. Hello, Auntie.
Hi, Diola.
How are you?
I'm fine.
How's family? I hope everyone is good. My regards to everyone.
I will, my dear.
Whoa. Diola, this is the 3rd time you're calling me. How much airtime do you need?
Airtime care? When I have Glow Talk Master. I'm basically getting 6 minutes free talk time for every 6 minutes call I make every day, plus 50 MB data bonus. And for new customers like me, I get additional 25 minutes talk time and 1 gigabyte data welcome bonus. That's why I only make calls with my Glow line now.
Enjoy free 6 minutes plus 50 MB data on every 6 minutes call you make in a day on Glow Talk Master. And enjoy a one-time 2,000 Naira welcome bonus. That's a 25 minutes talk time and 1 gigabytes worth of data. Get your Glow line and dial *606# to enjoy. Terms and conditions apply.
Glow Unlimited.
Mom, let's celebrate Christmas at its peak. I want Christmas lights so bright they could see it in space. Wow! I want a Christmas tree so tall planes would have to watch out.
Think bigger!
Like what?
Pancakes stacked to the ceiling, delicious eggs, and a peak milk smoothie.
Just for me. Now that's Christmas at its peak.
Because truly, a peak Christmas is Christmas with Peak. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Lunch vibes. Every music note counts, aligning with lyrics and rhythm. Words soothing to the ears, voices and melodies with the best vibes ever. That is Lunch Vibes on Women Radio WFM 91.7.
I blow your candle lights. You know I'm just that type. No, them no big kill
Are you a woman? Are you going through pains, hurts, and struggles? Do you want to find purpose in your pains? Why not join FZBA every Wednesday at 5:40 p.m. on Women Radio 91.7? You will be glad you did.
Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at WFM917.
All right, you're tuned into Women Radio WFM 91.7, and this is the new program Highlands right here on Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. It's about 25 minutes to 10 on the side of the radio, and we are looking at this particular story of you who developed kidney failure while giving birth, and the husband ran away and left her and moved on to another lady, and not just moving on, but flaunting this lady for her to see, because he was all over on socials and doing that for the lady to see. And we're just looking at how bad this is. Now Nigerians had to come together, put funds for her so that she can regain herself, and right now she has been reunited with her family. She's doing well, she's okay, and that's why we're reading about the story. But this thing though, how far, in fact, go ahead for me. You were talking about the different symptoms that come with pregnancy for different
I was
women.
laying that, yes, I was laying that foundation because how dare you as a man now leave your wife who has kidney issue? Like that, if that's not wickedness of the highest order. And I feel sorry for the woman he ran to, because you think that you will not be left as well. Like somebody left his wife who had just had twins, and the reason why her kidneys shut down was because of the babies that you as a man and she as a woman came together to make. You now left her and now came to meet you, and you two accepted him with open hands. Clap for yourself. Life will meet you in front. So I mean, we're glad that her friends, people rose up to be able to raise money for her and her kidney, but we need to do better as men. We've seen this over and over again. There's this story, I don't know if it's a story, life story or whatever, of this man, of this woman that they said died, and she slumped in the kitchen because not only she did cook, not only she did take care of the children, not only she did take care of the house. And when the man, I don't know if you've seen that story before, I don't know if it's just gist or whatever, the man walks into the kitchen and sees his wife slumped, and they rush and they realize that it's because she had been taking so much on, and the man that she's married to, father of her children, her husband who claims to love her, was not contributing at all. And I think that this really boils down to the fact that a lot of men think that their job in life is just to be providers. So because you're providing for money, meanwhile, not be only you they provide now, because these days, in this day and age, men and women are the ones that are contributing to the household money. Nobody is leaving the man alone to do it. Like while you're doing this one, the woman is doing that. It just so happens that while the woman is also contributing financially, the woman is also the one that's doing the majority of the heavyweight lifting in the house. The children, taking care of children, last song alone is a lot of work. Then cooking. That question, what are we going to eat today, is the major.
Oh, that
That's
question is clean.
that one enough. Again, it's a
uh,
mental work, mental job. Do you understand? How much more in this kind of situation? I mean, we are happy for her. We are glad for her, but men have to do better. I beg. Men have to do better.
honestly, you just have
Mm-mm.
to do better. You look at some of the things that we go through. In fact, how dare you say you want to move on? Your wife has kidney failure. Kilode. And is your children she's giving birth to. It's not another man's child, it's yours. Eh? No, we need to do better because if that one's not wickedness, I don't know what it is then. I really don't know what it is.
It's wickedness.
Anyway, I just hope that we're able to learn from all of these things and move forward. And I hope it's not going to be a case of, now because sometimes some men actually use this for, well, I say attention, or rather when they see that the thing is now bringing so much attention, they come back and start saying, "Oh no, it's not like that. It's this, is that," and then they want to eat from the attention that the woman has gotten, or they want to just get and then again come to steal the attention from her, and then they start pleading. Before you know it, oh no, we are one big family, and all of that. I'm trying to remember a particular story that this happened. They were staying in a slum. The man ran away, left her with children to fend for. So when one of these content creators found the lady, and gave the lady money and took her to a new apartment, paid rent and all of that, and there comes back the man, and he's pleading that no, he did not leave them, or he only traveled, blah 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 blah, and all of that. And before you know it,
You
he
only
came back.
travel for how many years?
Before you know it, he came back and he was staying with them already. So
Hi.
some of the doors that opened for the woman, he started benefiting from it. But I don't know how that story ended. I just hope that he did not just suck her dry and just left, and so that they'll go back to square one. But I just hope that women become, we get to learn from all of these things, know our left from our right, know what we want, and at the same time, also think about yourself. It's not selfishness, so it is not selfishness, honestly, but sometimes think about yourself.
Yeah.
It's not it's it's not about being selfish. It's not about you not taking care of your kids or anything, but you need to think about yourself a lot,
Hundred
as
percent.
much as you can. Yeah. All
Hundred
right,
percent.
so this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and this is still the program Talent, and we're looking at different things this morning on the program. So, the last thing that we're going to take a look at is this one. It sounds a bit funny, but I think maybe it should be done because, I mean, sometimes the way public servants get to behave when you go to some of their offices, this everybody wonder how does not get employment.
Yep. Yes, 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 yes,
How do
yes,
you get this office?
yes, yes,
Sometimes their manner of approach is zero. Sometimes just in fact, I don't just get it. I don't know why some of them are just rude for nothing. You will say hello, good afternoon, say what do you want or what can I do for
yes,
you? You want to see
yes,
something down there, and that's where you sit down for hours and nobody will even answer you. So I mean, maybe just maybe this might just work because some of them could just be high or something.
yeah,
They could
yeah.
just be high or something. All right. So Nigeria introduces mandatory pre-employment drug testing for public service applicants. Now, this is coming from Premium Times newspaper, and it says that the federal government of Nigeria has approved the introduction of mandatory pre-employment drug testing for prospective applicants into the Nigerian public service. The move is part of broader efforts to address the growing challenge of illicit drug use and its impact on national development and security, authorities say. The directive was conveyed in a service-wide circular issued by the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, to all ministries, departments, and agencies, that's MDAs, including extra ministerial departments and parastatals. Under the new policy, permanent secretaries, heads of MDAs are required to make drug testing a core condition for recruitment personnel. Into new personnel. For me, I don't even mind though. They should even take it to to the politicians. Cause I mean, what do you think? If they take it, they should take the thing high up the hierarchy. Let it just keep going.
Yes. And we sort of touched on this when we were reading the headlines this morning, and I was just like, why? Like, the thing just they annoy me because why? you rightly said it that no little wonder when you walk into a public servant's office or a civil service office that they don't sound coherent or intelligent. They just sound very, very brash. Interestingly, there was something that happened, I think 2 weeks ago or so, and I was talking to a vendor, and then somebody had called me and said, "Why they shout for Anna?" Like she said, just because you think that the person is an event planner doesn't mean that they are professional. That how many education they get, and I felt bad because I know people who did not go to university that are sound. I know people who didn't go to university. I don't think it's even by virtue of whether you went to university or not, even though that is important, even though that contributes immensely. But how
I don't know why I'm finding this funny, honestly. I don't know why. I just think that all of them, all, all of them, should be tested for drugs. Because tell me why I'm talking to you like I came to see somebody or I've come to do something just, to get a service from you. And you are making it look as if you were forced to stay there to do the job. You're making it look as if you don't do it or you have come to your personal Lord and Savior. So therefore, I will do what I want to do with you. If I don't do it for you, you cannot get it somewhere else. Like, how? We're not saying that all of them. We're not even saying all of them, but the few or the number of people that do this in public offices, no, it's appalling.
And there is that same mouth that they will used to say that, oh, young people. I know how many times we talk about drugs in universities. There's a high rise in there's an epidemic of drug use and all of that. I'm just like, and now as they not get education, as they not they really trade, something has to help them, and that's what it is. It's just very, very sad, very sad, because I think it was this week or maybe it was last week where we're reading the headlines about how the drug. I think we have a call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. This is Ambrose, Pastor Ambrose. Compliment of the season.
Compliment of the season.
Yes.
To Pastor Ambrose.
Everybody, including Olorioko, Bam Bam. This is Shonai. See, I just met you people halfway, but I know you are talking about drugs. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes.
This drug of 18, does it really respect education? In my area here, when you are entering my community, there's a place they sell drugs there. The law enforcement agents know they are there. You see, this may sound very funny, but do you know that most of these girls that you see, they are on drugs? We already know that men are on drugs. But these girls now, all manner of names that I hear, and I begin to ponder, and when they are high, that's when you go to social media, you will see some of those girls, they will tell you when they were high on men, 3, 4, 5 men. This is not to belittle any gender. We are trying to say that drug does not make you normal. Drug makes you abnormal. I have somebody I know who takes drugs. I've been preaching to her. She will tell you when she takes drugs, she looks at people like ants. That's what she said. The society needs to occupy our youth. We are not occupying them. That's why they are on drugs. Honestly, I didn't start with you people, who is quite unfortunate, but I hope my contribution is positive towards what you are discussing. God bless you.
All right. Ambassador Ambrose, before you go, the headline was about doing drug tests for public servants, especially for new intake, for those that
drug tests for
yes.
Drug tests for who?
Would that work?
I didn't hear you well.
Okay, I said the one we're talking about was doing drug. The federal government said it was going to start doing drug tests for those that would be taken into public service, public offices. So, do you think that would work? And even for all ministries, departments, and agencies.
Don't mind. There are many of them that are politicians that are not taking drugs. That's where, in fact, they should start drug tests for politicians. before public office. I agree with your guest that when you get to some offices, the way they behave, that's the truth. But is it all of them that are on drugs? Some of them are on money mentality. So it's the politicians that we need to do tests for. Because if they are okay, they will not carry what they don't need in 100 years. If they are okay, they will not go and be building, taking money to abroad. If they are okay, they will not be going there for education. They will build this country so that this country can compete with the likes of America, Canada, UK, and Europe. You get what I'm saying? That is the way it can work. So let them start with politicians, then it can trickle down to, public service. It's okay, but let them start with politicians if they will be sincere. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you very much, Pastor Ambrose, for calling. Have a great day ahead. A compliment of listening to you once again. So, Fumi, he said, let's start from the politician. And you know, I mentioned it earlier. Can we just take this up the hierarchy?
It did not lie, ma. It did not lie. It did not lie because somebody or a group of people or a cabal is sponsoring the drug industry, the drug market. That one it's not somewhere up, somebody up, or people up the ladder are the ones sponsoring it. We've seen it in movies, we've seen it play out even in real life. So yeah, I support him.
Because and then at the end of the day, you have to lead by example. So if you're saying that the ones that are down there, in the hierarchy of the workforce, you're saying they should do drug tests for them. You that is up there, can we start with you? Can you just do it, lead by example? So that when the ones that are down see that you're doing it, they'll have no choice but to succumb to it, to do it. Or if not, if you're saying they should do it, then you up there, the people you are now associating with are probably the ones who are sponsoring all of these drugs in our streets. Then how do you go about it? And then when you say you want to, that means you testing people would now mean that you are killing their own market. So when you now kill their own market, it's just a lot. Would they even allow this for how long would they sustain this? Would they allow this to continue? Would they allow this to go on? Because it's one thing to talk and it's one thing to implement it. When they come to implementation and they see that, this thing is one cabal somewhere that is sponsoring it, and this cabal now, if you take them, something will happen. Even my own job self will probably be at stake if I shake them. Let me just cuckoo. I don't know, but we just need to find a way to get it right in this country of ours. All right, so this is where we wrap it up this morning on Holland. Thank you so much, Fumi, for being a part of it. We'll be doing this together till the ladies come back. But in the meantime, like I said, if you have one or two ideas, or you think how we can make Holland show better for 2026, because we want to make it better and we want to serve you better, please do what to send it as a WhatsApp message or a text message. We'll definitely get them on 07031756537 or 08155917917. A very big thank you to each and every one of you who tuned in, and to Ambassador Abraso called in this morning. For me, Elifemi J.
Thank you.
Yeah, they want to
Yeah,
have.
we even take. I'll follow suit from you and ask on the newspaper reviews show as well how people, because our callers, they're always having one thing or two things to say. So it's their turn. Let them send me information. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, definitely. Because we want to do better for you, and we are here because you are there. So how you think we can make it better, please feel free to get in touch with us. All right, so 7 magical days of Santa is wrapping up tomorrow. So if I were you, I'll get my kids here for 2,000 naira. You get to have fun with Santa, have an amazing time, get gifts, talk on radio, just experience the whole media space, because Santa is in our media space. So come experience the media space with us and have fun while at it. Okay, so yes, you want to stay with us? This is your Women Radio WFM 91.7. Good morning.